Hello YouTube. So after the first session, I think everybody wanted to know what about regen. So let's see how regen works, or if it works. Before I start though, disclaimer, now you can really hurt someone or destroy your motorcycle. We are going to have the motorcycle up in the air, so take good care of that. And we probably are going to have a current that goes back to the battery. So again, do this on your own risk. To show you this, I had to raise the motorcycle, which was actually not as easy as I thought it would be. I bought this lift off Amazon, but I had to put a couple of 2x4s just because, there's the stand which kind of stands in your way. And, this is seems adequate, like, it's flat. However, the bike is very heavy in the back, so it stays okay, but it could be better. I'm going to probably try some other way to raise the rear wheel. With the bike raised, I'm going to connect my cable. See my other video on how to make the cable. So I'm going to remove this and then plug my communication cable. With the cable connected, let's start the Votel program. Let's connect to COM1 and then connect to the controller. Okay, we are connected. I changed it to EM200 just in case. And now let's see, display. Okay, so we are in P. I do not have a speedometer, so I have to look over here, and my wheel is up in the air. So let's put it in drive. P went off. So now I can just pull the throttle and the wheel starts turning. We go to, let's say, 300 RPM, and then okay. So I think everybody's first question is, do we have regen? Well, check this thing out. So I'd say we have regen. And the current also goes backwards, which means that it's actually flowing towards the battery. So let's say if we are like at 300 RPM, 1, 2 seconds to go down, right? So now how do we change this? So if we go to page 2, page 3, there is this EBS ratio. So EBS is electronic brake system. It's not ABS, it's EBS. There's not much literature on how this is being achieved, but they started using it in scooters. I'll put some links in the description. Bottom line is, if we go here and we put this ratio to something else, to make it obvious, I'm going to put it to 100%. 100. And now I'm going to write this parameter. So now let's try the same thing. So I'm going to go back to 300. Almost instantaneous. And look at the backwards current. It was -7. So again, that current will go back to your battery, so you might burn it. I'm going to show you also like how the bike behaves, and it's quite rough. So let's see. You see, it's almost instantaneous and it goes back. So bottom line is you can adjust this parameter as you please. Anything between 0, which is no EBS, to 100, and you're going to change the amount of regenerative braking. Let's see also what happens if I set this to 0. And write it. Go back to display. So back to 300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. So with 0, you pretty much don't have any regen braking. Now, I guess, you can adjust it to whatever you prefer. To be honest, for me, the value that is set from the factory, which is 30%, it's actually quite good. It offers you some braking, and it's it's very similar to what you would expect from a motor brake on an internal combustion engine. I left the EBS ratio to 0% to show you something else. So with the default settings, I can pull the throttle and the RPM will go up to whatever I feel comfortable with on this stand. However, and it goes down very slowly, obviously. However, if I go to page 2, there is this HDC enable, which says downhill electric brake assist. So if I change this to, let's say, 500 and write it, okay, it thinks the motor is still on, wrote it. So now we have a limit of 500. Let's go to display. So if I pull the throttle, it will actually not go past 500. Now I'm full throttle, and it doesn't go past 500. If I change it to, say, 200, and then write it, again, even with full throttle, I can only go to less than 200. I've set it back to the default value, and of course you can also disable this completely and write it back. And with this, there is no hill brake assist. I can go as fast as I want, and because there is no regen, it takes a while to just stop. I don't have a lot of hills around to try this out, but I can imagine there won't be any brake downhill without this. That's about it for today. If you liked my video, please buy me a coffee or subscribe. I'm going to do a next video on start parameters, how to make it actually start faster off the line. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.